All right, we're live. What's happening tonight, everybody? Let's see what we got going on. We got JB in the house. Lars, welcome, guys. How's it going? Turbo Tom, Pure Pontiac Garage. Welcome. Thanks for being here. How's everybody doing tonight? Friday night, hanging out, gonna have some fun, shoot shit, talk about whatever, and drink some beer. Ron English in the house. Welcome, brother. How you doing tonight, man? And here in a few minutes, I'm going to show you guys. We were talking about over there in John Wilburn's live. I'm going to show you how to get rid of that heart in the chat. I know a lot of you don't like it and want to know how to get rid of it, and I figured out how to do it. It seems like you have to do it each time you start a stream, or each time you set up your live, rather. But past that, it's nice to not have it there. It's a pain in the ass. So after a while, get everybody filtered in here. Everybody's going to be here and show you how to get rid of that thing. It's colder than a well digger's ass in January here in Prescott, Arizona. Threatening to snow tonight. Not really looking forward to that, but it is what it is. Hey, Wendy, how's it going? Colleen says Tony is the man. Nah, I just figured out how to do it. Do appreciate the compliments, though. Hey, hey, Heavens Mopar, Scott's in the house. Scott with an S. How you doing tonight, brother? Let's see, 2 minutes in. We got 13 in here so far. Scott says greetings to everybody. Junkyard D's in the house. Hey, brother. And the Main Street Mopar. Welcome, you guys. Appreciate you stopping in. Ron English says, still waiting on my new furnace to be finished. Ugh. Oh, man. Yeah, I heat the house with wood stoves. I got two of them. I got a nice fire going in the other room. Packed her full before we started the live. Wife's out of town for the weekend. She took off down to Tucson where it's warm to hang out with the kids. Can't say as I blame her. And I'm here doing my live and babysitting dogs and doing all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Mohawk says, I don't have the heart on my screen now. You're a wizard, Tony. You don't have the heart on your screen because I turned that sumbitch off. You ain't never going to see that damn thing on my lives again. Heavens Mopar says, I'm alive. Roads are suicidal up there. I'll bet it's cold and icy up there, ain't it? Have no fear. The Dougster is here. How's it going, brother? JB says, don't forget to stoke the fire. Well, I done that, and I packed her full before I started the live, so I think she'll be good for a while. Keep the dogs warm in the other room. We'll be good. One-eyed cats. Tony stopped by to say hello. Head into the woods for daylight tomorrow. Catch you a deer yet, John? Or did you find one, rather? Gardis says, Heavens Mopar, nice to see the collection of parts you are gathering. That is nice, isn't it? That will be a car again. Let's see here. One-eyed cat says, me, no. Ron and my son, yes. Son got a hog of a doe today. Nice. Good eating. So stoked. I'm Dougster Wolverine Garage says, I am so stoked I scored a Mallory YL with a vacuum advance for an RB Mopar. That is cool. That is way cool. I'd be stoked too. Sweet. Good street distributor. Damn good street distributor. Evans Mopar says, hoping to relocate the wood stove to the garage tomorrow. Thanks, Junkyard D. Yeah, I think I'm going to start hunting for a wood stove to put in the garage myself. Figured out how to run my torpedo heaters on the cheap, but them things are freaking loud. You can't film with them running. You can't hear nothing. I don't know if any of you seen Irish Outlaw's latest video about how he made an oil burning stove out of his old wood stove. That's pretty freaking slick. Busted Radio Chris, how's it going, my friend? Post office is still fiddle farting around. Can't seem to figure out how to deliver my packages. UPS lost a $500 box of custom made stuff that my wife sent down to the consignment shop in Casa Grande. That sucks. Kind of pissed about that. She worked her ass off. Ain't the shipping companies as a whole have kind of lost their marbles this year already. I'll be converting to a pellet stove eventually. Those things are nice. Yeah, they are loud, Junkyard D, but they do work good. And they work even better when you mix gasoline with used motor oil to fuel them. Finally got your shirt, Scott. I'm glad you like it, and you're welcome. That is enough to piss off the Pope. You bet it is. It's really the shits. No, sir, I have not. Last time I looked at the tracking number, the stinking thing was still in Cincinnati or something. I don't know what the heck they're doing. Yeah, the mail service does suck. A couple weeks ago, I sent a shirt to John Wilburn, and I was following the tracking number, and I seen the damn thing up in New Jersey. I can't imagine why they'd take a shirt from here to New Jersey to take it down to Virginia. Stupid. It's all good, Chris. I appreciate you. It'll show up eventually. That happened last time too. They're dumb. They keep running the rates up, and the stuff bounces all over the place. It's weird. If they just get it from point A to point B in one shot, they wouldn't have to be so expensive. If Irish added a blower to the air inlet, it would burn hotter and cleaner. Absolutely, it would. That's why it smokes. It's basically like a rich mixture. But he said it cleans up once it gets hot, and that makes sense too. I need to try that. Sounds a little dangerous. I'm in. I'm currently having the best luck with about 3.5 gallons of used motor oil to 1.5 gallons of gas for a 5 gallons worth of mix. Mind you, I am using 15W40 diesel oil that I'm collecting out of the dump trucks that I service. If you're using, like a 1030 or an automotive oil, a 4-to-1 mix works pretty good. And it's really not, and it burns clean, and I've actually found that I turn the pressure down on the adjustment on the heater a little bit, and it burns real clean, and it burns freaking hot, and it's cheap. $3 for 5 gallons of fuel, or $3.50, whatever the hell a gallon of gas costs where you're at. I think it's closer to $3.89 here, but beats the hell out of $5.50 a gallon for diesel. Appreciate it, Chris. No worries, though, man. Like I said, it'll show up. They always do. They're just screwy. Hey, BNR, how's it going, man? They, Chris, they actually originally said it was going to be here on, I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday this week, and then it evaporated. Probably show up middle of next week. Colleen, Lars, I'm dying. Are you watching the the Brian Cabral video? That some bitch was great. Ain't there a guy in New Jersey that has a 57 Chevy? Maybe they thought he needed it more. Yeah, right. That guy. Dougster says after work all week, I installed a stainless brake line kit and hoses on a 90 Chevy 2500 4x4 Montana truck, and amazingly clean compared to the melted garbage here in Michigan. Nice. Yeah, shit rusts up there, man. I've seen it. I've worked on it. Owner said best brakes ever. I'll bet. Lines weren't all crusty. Oh, Tony, look at Lars' comment before mine. Lars says it must have had to send it to New Jersey to spread a little JB Weld on it. Yeah, that is great. That shit's funny right there. I don't care who you are. So who's ready to see how to get rid of that damned heart out of your live streams? So I'm just gonna, from what I can tell, or what I've seen so far, every time you set up a live, you got to do it before you go live, or even during the live, you can. But you go into your YouTube studio. Here, this is my studio dashboard, and of course, the one on top is the live that we're in right now. And you click, you get into it, and then you'll come over here on the left, and on your customization, this guy right here, live reactions. See how I've got it unchecked? Now watch this. I'll check it, and I'll hit save. And watch what pops back up in the chat. Uncheck it, hit save, and some bitch is gone. That's how you get rid of that thing. So your viewers don't have to be annoyed by it. Yeah, absolutely, JB. That's about the size of it. Yeah, what does Brian guy do? Yeah, he's an absolute liar. Hey, Justin, how you doing tonight, man? So I hope that helps you guys that want to do lives and not have the annoying heart in your chat. It's that simple to get rid of the stupid thing. Your Pontiac Garage says, JB, I was just curious. I'm not getting in the middle again. Yeah, I don't blame you. Frickin' high school drama. That's worse than high school drama. So who's got their Christmas trees up yet? JB says PPG, he just needed to be called out on his crap. Yeah, he did. He sure did. He's just another one likes to stir the pot. Dougster got his Christmas tree up. Right on. So do I. Mine's up. I've got the matching ornament to that lighted Tony's Hot Rod Garage LED sign that John Cope, my friend, gave me. There's also a matching Christmas tree ornament to that, and it looks great on the Christmas tree. Talk shit about the no-name Nationals, and that's the short of it. Yeah, pretty much. What's the old saying? You fuck with one bean, you get the whole burrito. Thought we could do it on our phone, so I have to tell the person doing the live how to make it go away. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, you got to have the person doing the live make it go away. What's happening, Dougster?
Have no fear, the Dougster's here. It's Christmas time here at the Dougster Wolverine Garage.
Nice. That's a good-looking Christmas tree, too, brother.
Lady Dougster surprised me with it the other day. How nice.
That's awesome, man. Justin Hill says, no Christmas tree for me. Well, bah humbug.
We did that last year, but we had a kitten. We had a good reason why.
Right? LP Lars says, I could care less about what he says about UTG. Turbo Tom says, and all the outside lights. Yeah, I got to get off my dead butt and hang them up. I ain't put the outside ones up yet. I need a drag Christmas tree to hang in the living room window.
Yes. Yes, a Christmas tree would be cool in the house.
That would be way cool.
What is it? It's a Christmas tree. That's not a Christmas tree. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Ours, that doesn't surprise me. There's several of them that like to talk shit about no-name Nationals. Yeah, a bunch of fools that never showed up, know nothing about it. They're just jealous of what they can't have.
Hi, Colleen.
Justin lives in a camper. We get you one of them little baby Christmas trees. We got one of them sitting on the dining room table.
They sell Charlie Brown Christmas trees. We have one. It's just that sorry little tree.
Oh, that's not the one we got. I got one of them little fake ones. It's, so big like that, and it's got all the built-in lights and shit on it. It's it's just one of them little fake Christmas trees, but it ain't a Charlie Brown one, but that's a good idea too.
Yeah. Yeah, ours is actual Charlie Brown Christmas tree brand too. Even it has a little play box on it that plays the Peanuts theme.
Nice. Dean says, I have a polycarbonate green thistle cactus planted, but my daughter is saying no because it's blasphemous. So I'm looking at another option. Oh, hello, Dougster. I'm not scared of Xmas. JB says, dang, Tony, just turn on a porch light.
Look, Dean, look into the light.
That's usually actually what I do, JB. I wire the damn things into the porch light circuit, so all I got to do is flip the switch in the house to run them. I had a Charlie Brown tree when my kids were 15. Yeah, we had a few of them. Comes with the red ornament, too.
Comes with the red ornament, too.
Dean says, I see it, and for once, it's not a train.
The light at the end of the tunnel's not a train? Actually, due to our current economic conditions, the light at the end of the tunnel will be turned off.
I know, right? Good old Bidenomics. Did you watch Irish Outlaw Jay's video about the wood stove converting to an oil burner?
No. How is he running his oil in on chains, dripping?
Dripping through a copper tube.
Yep, dripping through a copper tube.
Dripping through a copper tube.
I've seen just a copper tube coming in the top, and then you've got like a ball valve on your tank to dictate your flow. But I've also seen where it drips onto chains, and you make like a chandelier, a mini chandelier over your fire where you want the flame, so it drips more.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good idea. He's got a main shut-off ball valve set up in his, and then he's got a gate valve after that to control the drip.
Yep.
It was working really well for him, and it looks like you did it on the cheap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to check out the video. It's pretty cool. But he also he mentioned the cost of propane in the Bidenomics.
Right.
Not to mention the noise the torpedo heaters make, you know, and that's where I'm at. I've come up with an economical way to run the torpedo heaters, the diesel ones.
Yep.
But you know, with the black diesel, but they're noisy, you know.
When I worked at the asphalt company, we had this old Alaskan that worked with me, and he worked on oil rigs or semi trucks up in Alaska. So he works with us, moves down out here, and one of the first things he did is he made a bench with a thick metal plate. Then he was taking oil pan heaters, electric oil pan heaters, and he put 2 of them on the bottom of his bench
to warm the bench,
to keep the bench warm.
Nice.
Yes,
that's slick.
That thick steel plate would radiate heat. He just makes sure not to put anything right there.
Yeah,
he'd always hang out next to his bench, and now he understands that. Yeah, that was awesome.
JB says, on another note, Tony, the used transmission in the Blazer is working great. That is fucking awesome. I'm glad to hear it.
Good to hear.
I got to fix a damn leaking carburetor. I saw that video. You got the trans in, and the fucking carburetor started leaking on him.
It ain't one thing, it's another. You're treating me too good. You're being too nice to me. No good deed goes unpunished.
Well, you know what it is, because he just rebuilt that damn carburetor last year. It's just fucking ethanol fuel.
Oh.
I guarantee you that's what it is. It dried out the fucking seals.
Yay.
And if you haven't, you know, that's just my 2 cents, but I've seen it a million times before. I bet you that's what it is. What was it, JB? Was it the damn accelerator pump diaphragm? Dean says filling it with black market cobalt and using it as a capacitor might work, Dougster.
Chevy Cobalts?
6%. Love lives here. It says JB's little shop. Wow, geez, nice. Yeah, that's a cool little Blazer. I'm glad it's finally quit kicking his ass.
Yeah.
The pump and then the bottom bolt strip for no reason at all. That sucks.
Hooray.
Well, I just put a helicoil in the fucking main body. I've seen that actually a lot on Hollies. But you want to get the green accelerator pumps if you're running this crap pump gas. The green ones are neoprene, and the fucking ethanol doesn't dry them out. Just when you get an accelerator pump diaphragm, tell them you're building an alky carb. You want the alky one. And they're green in color. And they ain't any more money. Hell, I think they're 70 or 80 cents more than a regular one.
My friend's alcohol car, he was running Sunoco alcohol in like 1999.
Methanol?
And
Was he running methanol?
yeah.
Yeah.
And he was at the end of the day, we'd park the car and we had a system that we could have the car drained in 15 minutes if we played our cards right.
Nice.
Got out of the car, threw catch pans underneath the car, opened up the ball valves, had a Schrader valve up on by the carburetor. He'd blow all the fuel back into the catch cans, and I drained what was left in the race cell. But that's what sucked is it took. We have to.
Yeah,
if you
you
want to go
gotta
cruise the car,
completely dry them out.
yeah, we gotta and juicing it up. That wasn't so bad either. But yeah, that was part of the deal. You want to go cruise? I don't care, but you're gonna help me get this thing out of bed, and you're gonna help me put it to bed. That's
Exactly.
the deal.
Yeah, I got to get the fix kit just smeared fuel resistant RTV on it for a quick fix. Hey, whatever works.
Right.
I think that those carburetors just take the regular 4150 style bowl gaskets, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, wait a minute, that's a 4-barrel on that one. I'm thinking, yeah, that's what is that? An 1850 4-barrel, 500 CFM on that one, JB. I was thinking the trash truck has got that 2-barrel on it. Blazer's got that little 4-barrel. 390, little 390 4-barrel. Yeah, I get all my Holly parts. There's a carburetor shop up in New York called Allstate Carburetor, and they have fucking everything, and they're reasonable. You can buy individual gaskets for your Hollies and Carters and all that shit. And, I buy Holly gaskets by the frickin' stack from them. I get a stack of the damn things for like $15.
Interesting.
Yeah, in fact, I just bought a bunch of stuff from them, so I got to start screwing with that damn demon on my Dodge. That son of a bitch goes pig fucking rich at cruise. That's just pissing me off to no end.
Fine everywhere else, just at cruise, she'll load up.
Yeah, just off the transition. I'm close to quick fuel. That's using nice. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, and I was out there working on it the other day, and that goddamn Power Master alternator started fucking with me again. This is a second one. Who was it that made a video here last week? Nick the Van Man made a video griping about fucking parts. And I think it was the next day I saw that video. The first one, and I bought Power Master because it's American made right there in fucking Minnesota. It should be good stuff. I've used Power Master stuff for years. The first one was fucking DOA. Now this one has gone to stuffing 18 frickin' volts out. I was watching my wideband gauge, giving it some throttle, playing with it, and all of a sudden the fucker goes full rich. And what in the hell is going on? And, the engine didn't change. I knew it wasn't loading up. I knew it wasn't full rich. I was getting ready to start cussing my brand new AEM frickin' wideband I put on the thing. I get in the truck and I shut it off and I restart it, and damn gauge is working like it's supposed to again. And then I give it some throttle and the fucker does it again. And I look down at the dash and the damn voltmeter's pegged. Well, no wonder the gauge is shutting down so it don't burn up the sensor. At least the electronics are smart enough to do that. But
right.
So, and this fucking alternator, hell, it's got maybe 3 hours of runtime on it. Because it's not the alternator that was on the truck at No Name. The original one was DOA, so I had to go to O'Reilly and buy a regular frickin' 78 amp Chevy alternator and put on it so I could go to No Name because of the transit time to get it switched out, the Power Master for the new one. And when I got back, I switched them out, and fuck, I've taken 2 of my buddies out for a rip in it, and I've taken both my sons out for a rip in it. That's all we've done.
And it died.
Now the alternator's screwing up again.
At least they're going to warranty it, right?
Well, it's supposed to have a year warranty on it. They fucking well better.
Right.
I got busy and I haven't had a chance to reach out to them, but they fucking well better warranty it. Some bitch is $150.
Right.
If not, I might take a trip to Minnesota and toss it through that fucking window. Discount tire.
You discount tire. Okay. The old guy that has rebuilt alternators, generators, and starters as far back as I can remember and beyond is a friend of the family. And he was telling me one day about he can't build a good Chrysler starter or alternator or a Ford because he can get parts, but they're not good parts. And
right.
he goes, that's what I hate is I cannot build a good one because I don't have good parts.
Get good parts.
He says, now give me a GM. He says, I can still get good parts. I can build you a great unit that I actually will stand behind. But he goes, I won't even bother. I'm sorry. I mean, I can do it for you if you need me to. But yeah, he'll tell you up front.
Well, see, and that's the reason. And I caught a lot of shit for it, but that's the reason why I put a 12SI GM style alternator on the truck.
Yep.
Because I get 150 amp one wire alternator on that platform for $150. I can get the best I can do in a Chrysler alternator platform is 100 amps, and they want $350 for the motherfucker. And you know what? The truck don't give a shit what's charging its battery.
Right.
And you know what? Anybody that's watched any of Just Mopar Joe's videos, what's he got on a purple Barracuda?
Stock?
It's a GM alternator.
Oh, it's a GM.
I noticed that once in one of his videos. He's got a GM alternator on it. I got nothing against him. Brian gave me a bunch of shit for putting that Chevy alternator on there. But, hey, it ain't a Chevy alternator. It didn't come off of a Chevy. It came brand new out of the box, okay?
Have you seen the HEI conversions for Chrysler, for big block Chrysler?
I think they're ugly.
That thing sticks a mile up over the engine. I don't like it.
If I wanted to run an HEI module, and I have run HEI modules, you take and you build an aluminum heat sink, mount the fucker to the firewall, and you can trigger it with any mag pickup distributor. An MSD, a stock Mopar distributor, a stock Ford distributor, and of course, what it's made for, a GM distributor. Any electronic or any mag pickup distributor will fire a GM HEI module. That's the ignition system on my run stand, is a GM HEI module.
Yep, I remember that.
I can run Fords, Chevys, or Mopars on it with their distributors. Electronic versions of their distributors will fire that HEI module. So the HEI module and a coil lives on the run stand. And whatever engine goes on it, the 2 wires go to the module and it runs. And it's this big.
Yep, it's that big.
It's not some big clunky fucking thing, that like an MSD box or something, on the run stand. I mean, it's not like, HEIs break up at high RPM, but I ain't running an engine at $8,000 on the fucking run stand.
At least not yet.
It's not a dyno, it's a run stand. So Mohawk says they just opened a new gas station here that sells ethanol-free gas.
Yeah, they do by me too, but it's like still $5 a gallon.
Well, there's a gas station chain up here that sells it too. It's about 50 cents more a gallon than regular, but you can only get it in 87 octane. I'm sorry, but my 11-to-1 compression big block don't like 87 octane. It barely tolerates 91 octane.
I was just gonna say, how does it go on premium or mid grade?
Well, mid grade's only 89. 91 is the premium here. We don't have that 93 like you guys do.
Oh.
And the other thing is, most of your 93 in your neck of the woods is ethanol free.
No, it's 10%.
Is it now? It didn't used to be that way.
Yeah, all fuel 10%.
Fucking ridiculous.
Up to 10%.
So yeah, I was just curious, Mohawk, what the octane rating on that ethanol free is. Because I would run ethanol free. In fact, I broke that engine in on ethanol free 87 with booster in it, but the fucking booster's $30 a can for 10 gallons to get it up to 94.
So a 10-gallon treatment is 30 or 40 bucks.
$30 for a can of VP octanium, which will give you 8 points, 8 full points. So 87 will turn to 94.
Okay.
But it's freaking $30 a gallon. And the reason it gives you that much octane is it's got lead in it.
Ah.
It does have actual tetraethyl lead in it, but it's $30 a can for, that's what, $3 a gallon for the additive.
Yep.
Which I guess beats the hell out of $20 a gallon for VP 110, but fuck. More Bidenomics.
I forget the Sunoco station by me sells race gas in the 5-gallon can.
Yeah.
And I forget how much a 5-gallon can is.
Yeah, see, that's how I've got to get the VP 110 up here is a 5-gallon can. It's $107. $21 a gallon. $107 for 5 gallons of race fuel.
Yep.
Can anybody say fuck Joe Biden?
Let's go, Brandon.
Fuck Joe Biden.
Joe and the hoe need to go.
Uh-huh. I sold a lot of them decals and a lot of them shirts before that election. You've seen my Joe and the hoe gotta go.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's where I got it from.
Joe Biden got 80 million votes, and I just saw Elvis with Sasquatch.
Elvis shaking hands with Sasquatch.
Uh-huh.
You know that famous picture of Elvis shaking hands with Nixon?
Yeah.
That was the night that he decided he was all messed up on his drugs or whatever at Graceland, and he says, kids don't need to be on this. So he jumps in a plane, flies to Washington, D.C., brings a pistol, an unfired, very intricate engraved pistol, middle of the night, goes to the White House, knocks on the door and says, "Dick around?" So Nixon gets up, gets dressed, comes down, meets with Elvis, makes him an honorary DEA agent. Look at the picture of Elvis and Nixon shaking hands. Look in Elvis's eyes. He's waxed, my guy. Yes.
Mater says his truck should be moving under its own power tomorrow. That's nice. Right on.
Good deal, Mater. Yeah, it felt good taking that truck for a test rip today.
Nice. Yeah, I might go screw with the truck some tomorrow if the weather's not shitty. It's supposed to snow tonight, so we'll see. But if nothing else, I'll probably take that fucking Power Master alternator back off of it and put the stock Chevy one back on. That just pisses me off.
Right.
I'm sick and tired of paying my hard earned money for what? Junk?
My friend a year or so ago gave me a King brand alternator, generator, and starter tester. And
Nice.
it runs on 220, but I don't have a 220 leg run out to the shop. So one day I can test alternators and generators and stuff. So
Nice.
that'll be interesting.
I do have a 220 leg out to the shop. I'll take that off your hands.
I will tell you this right now, Tony. The thing is heavy.
Oh, I'm sure. Uh-oh, JB's dealing with fallout from the video Lars put up. Oh, fuck. I got to go see the Mohawk. FJB. I love it. 7th, 8th, and 9th next week. Oh, yeah, PRI.
How's it going?
And Turbo Tom says soon to be 15%. That's about the damn methanol we were talking about a week or so ago, or ethanol rather. JB says we get non-ethanol gas here for around $3.60 a gallon. You can get race gas in Bowling Green at the pump for $7 to $8 a gallon.
Yeah. Okay.
Shit, I wish.
Race
What's
gas,
your non-ethanol, JB? Is it 87 also?
I want to say the Sunoco stuff is 110. Yeah, it's 110.
Yeah, Sunoco's 110. The VP's 110. Colleen says road tripping tomorrow for half pint parts. I'm going to hit the hay, see everyone on someone's live this weekend. Right on, Colleen. Good luck.
Bye, Colleen.
Have a good evening.
Yes. Back in the day, I used to run strictly premium in my Valkyrie, and I thought I had to run premium in it. And one day I decided to treat myself, so I made sure to fill up a gallon shy of premium. Rolled over because the gas station I go to had race gas on the pump, and I put a little over a gallon of race gas on top of it. And went, and other than it smelled great, it didn't make any difference. That bike didn't care. Later, I started running mid-grade in it. It didn't care. You run regular in it. It doesn't care. It performs the same. Amazing.
Nice. Well, a lower compression engine or one that's tuned to the octane does a higher octane fuel isn't going to help it.
Yep.
But, a high compression engine that you can, have pre-ignition problems with, that's where you need the higher octane. My Harley, for instance, don't put that cheap shit in it. It is not happy.
Yep. It does it, but under protest.
Yeah, you could put it that way. Plus, I've got a pretty healthy tune on it, so it's got a lot of ignition lead in it.
Yep. I have a really trick part on my Valkyrie that plugs into the harness, and it's just basically a rheostat that plugs in to a harness at a certain spot. And when my bike is cold, the computer advances the timing. Mm-hmm. And then once it warms up, that's kind of to help it for just warm up. Well, then it goes to normal timing for the rest of the time, which is set conservative. So that rheostat, when I turn it all the way up, I'm telling the computer I'm cold, advance the timing. And it makes a difference.
Mohawk 62 says, we had a sign at the end of the road when I was a kid. Someone put a W at the front of the last word and a Y at the end of it. Can you tell what it said? W and Y. Got me thinking now. Someone put a W at the front of the last word and a Y at the end of it. Willie? I don't know. I'm going to try a little race gas in the trash truck soon to see if it changes things some. It will definitely like it better with the boost.
Oh, yeah.
Functional History's in the house. Right on. We made it back. Jesus, that was a drive. Hey, Tony and everyone. Welcome, brother.
Hey, Functional.
He got... Hang on a sec.
No outlet, no inlet.
Functional Histories is going to be showing off a new piece of something that he got. And I know what it is. I ain't telling. Let's see. Windy? Oh, dead. Okay, dead Wendy. That's fucked up. Functional got it. Damn it, I actually figured it out, he says. Right on.
You know, a friend of mine would get a big kick out of that. His ex-wife's name is Wendy.
Dang, Cabral hangs with the Angels. I'm scared as crap. I've heard him say that before. He's full of shit. Real Hell's Angels wouldn't have jack shit to do with that dumb motherfucker. I gotta go check it out. I bet the comments are getting ripe.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The troll farm has come for vengeance.
The troll, but yeah.
Oh well.
This guy might be.
On Sunday, we'll probably be beginning installation of another brake line kit, this time on my nephew's 76 Nova. At least he's going to be doing most of it.
Comments are pretty good. Why did I just waste 2 minutes of my life? I need the backstory on this. Just calling out someone's bullshit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. The last thing you do is film an angel all day. No.
Yeah, that shit ain't gonna happen. Sorry, I'm just laughing at this shit. Yeah. No
Oh, no
trolls yet.
trolls yet, but
Great.
bring it.
They ain't got the balls. Yeah, exactly. Functional. Exactly. Most of them are actually good people. How can I understand them with that mush mouth? Wendy is alive and not going to get another L. Oh, this crap is bleeding to other stuff. Done with it. It's all good. I don't like that sumbitch any more than you do. Showing off the Christmas tree.
I was watching the New Guys Garage carburetor modification series,
Uh-huh.
and got me thinking about maybe doing like the throttle, the actual throttle blades on my Edelbrocks, and I see how they really mow down those fasteners and then stake them
Yeah.
in. I wonder, couldn't you just get a good riveted in, or would you rather keep the hardware,
I'd rather keep the hardware.
even though you mowed it down the way they did?
Yeah, I wouldn't trust a rivet not to come apart eventually, and you know what's going to happen if that happened.
Okay.
That's just me, but yeah, I'd be afraid of that coming apart.
I thought of that. I did think of that. That's why I was like, I wonder.
You know, would it? Probably not. Could it? Yeah. You know damn well it could, and I damn sure wouldn't use aluminum rivets.
Oh,
And
right.
you
They'd be
probably
brass for sure.
and you'd probably split the shaft if you tried to use a steel rivet. So yeah, because aluminum rivet, you know damn well is going to come apart, and then the engine's going
Right.
to nail it, and then you're just fucked. All right, I have to catch up on some shop work. I'll be listening. If you need to get my attention, just shout. Functional, get your ass in here.
Yeah, where the fuck are you?
Nah, we're just messing with you, man. Screw him and UTG. UTG is just UTG. He ain't never bothered me any. He says a lot of shit that I don't agree with, but he's never really pissed me off. I don't watch him near as much as I used to.
LP, you do.
I better have a present under that tree, Doug.
Yes, you do.
How close are you to Grand Rapids?
I'm about half an hour, Tom.
Now, who has advice about what I need to throw in the 700 R4 for next year's race?
The closest major feature to me, Tom, is Martin US 131 Dragway. If you can find the Dragway, you're not far from me.
Which 700 R4 are you talking about, JB? The one in the trash truck? Is it? Look at Junkyard D said an LS60. 60 would be if I was gonna do an LS and a S10, I'd say fuck it and do a 6.2, but either way. About a big block, JB, just kidding. That's my idea. I have a big block that needs a home. Wouldn't that be some fun? Well, the best thing you could do for it would be build up the 3-4 pack real good. Put a Z pack in it. Corvette servo, 13 vane front pump, and get the line pressure up. That would probably be the best things you could do for it. At 2.8 stout, but I don't really think it's strong enough to break an input shaft or a stock one, so I wouldn't worry about putting a big bad drum in it.
And plus, I
And
think
if it does break it, that's badass. And then you got to put a billet
Yeah.
input drum in it. But I don't. It usually takes about 600 horse to do that to a 700.
well,
I
JB
don't
was
think
thinking
it'll
that 2.8 was going to only make like 300 horsepower supercharged, so that's less than a
It
small
depends
block
on how
seven
much
cylinder.
nitrous he feeds it.
This is true. This is true. Sprayer to the moon.
I'll tell you what you need to do, JB, is you need to somehow get me that piece of shit that came out of the Blazer, and I'll build you a fucking trans. All I need is a 2-wheel drive output shaft to convert that back. Because the Blazer's a 4-wheel drive, but you just change the output shaft. Yep, the nitro is in the plans. See? If he can get the heads to stay on that son of a bitch and the crankshaft to stay in it, I see that boosted 2.8 with nitrous making over 400 horse. I could see that. I could see that.
How strong's the bottom end in that? Would you want to girdle that, or because that
It has been decades since I've been inside that platform, so I couldn't tell you. Oh shit, we're in trouble now.
brother Wilburn?
Look what he is identifying himself. What's going on, John?
Well, just having a little fun tonight, obviously.
Did you catch the part where I showed how to get rid of the heart?
No, I'll get that. I'll just I think it's funny. Remember how last time Cabral got busted, he made this big video with all these details, not knowing he'd just been outed, right? Well, he did the same thing kind of tonight. He put up this short about this tracker, about how his package is coming to his house at the beach and all this stuff. He must not have seen Lars's short. So,
are you trying to get in here, JB, or is that an imposter? Because I ain't got a picture on the screen. Let me know.
I just thought that was, I just couldn't resist.
Well, we'll try it up. It went away. I think he is trying to get in, but he's having technical problems. Yeah, no, as soon as I seen that on the doorbell, I started laughing my ass off.
Well, I mean, here's the thing I think is so reckless. He's got all these videos. You don't like what I have to say? Come tell me. Whose house is he sitting? Like, who lives there?
Right.
I know, right?
Whoever actually lives in that house probably would like to know this, right?
Yeah. Could
Anyway,
you imagine?
I mean,
the shit that he has stirred up, and it's not like you or I or anybody in this chat's going to go do such a thing, but the shit that he has stirred up to go out and do that, that person could end up with a frickin' Molotov cocktail in their front yard. There are people in this world that will do that kind of shit to get even. You know, and yeah, I couldn't believe that. That is,
I think it was funny when Mr. Will was making excuses for him about lying on the Corvette thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think he's going to continue to make excuses for this? I mean,
Mr. Will is
he going to admit it? I don't know.
Mr. Will is a human fart. I do believe he'll continue to make excuses.
Anyway, I didn't really want to derail this, but I couldn't
JB.
resist. I heard you were talking about it in the chat.
Well, you know what my lives are, John. It's just a fun bullshit session. You ain't derailing nothing. Glad to have you here.
But John's always derailing something, man. Just hang on, it'll happen.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
We're
here's
having
the thing.
a regular party.
It's party
Here's the
time.
thing. I'm guaranteed to catch the grief for this, no matter who does it, no matter who does the video, who says it.
Oh, you
I'm
know
always
it.
the one that gets the receipt for it.
Well, don't worry, John. Watch out for the angels.
Yeah, right. The
How you
Angels with
doing,
CC.
JB? What's happening? And Wendy, welcome.
Hey,
Oh, I'm not doing
the
nothing.
only Angels that guy rides with are the Angels of a CC that go around and spaying and neutering cats in that big van.
The angels was watching over him when he wrecked the Corvette.
Oh, that's ban and neutering cats.
Look, that dude is so full of it.
But now Tony kept asking me questions, and I was trying to, and it's just easier just to get on here and explain, you know.
Yeah.
Oh no, it said you asked the question of what to do with to do with the 700 R4 next, and I just threw out
I was just thinking throw a little shift kit in it and a stall converter, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd shift kit it. I would, get the line pressure up a little bit. I wouldn't even go crazy with your shift kit. Just get the line pressure up. Get a Corvette servo in it, because that will increase your pressure on your 2 and your 4, your second and fourth gears. And get a Z pack. Get a Z pack in the 3/4 clutch. The 3/4 clutch is the weak point in the 700.
Yeah.
And you need to get the Ray Bested Z pack and put in there. And you can get them from TransStar. I get them from Nat Pro locally for like $60 for the clutch deals. I
was on. I got into these Facebook forums again. The guy sent me a message the other day. With a place, all they do is deal with 60-degree engines.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get a steel crank for that 2.8, and I can get rods, the H-beam rods for it. From this one company,
Really?
I just want to see what I can come up with. You know what I'm saying?
I like it. I like where this is going.
I like it too. Well, you get a forged crank in it, and some H-beam rods, and of course forged pistons.
Yes.
You could put a bunch of nitrous on the thing.
Yeah.
Now,
maybe even a crank girdle.
Put a
just
300 shot on that sumbitch with that blower.
Yes, I am, Mohawk.
See, it's a 2-volt
main block, isn't it?
For this stuff.
I haven't checked into it. I just, I screenshotted the companies he was telling me about, and I haven't checked into it. I mean, this is over a course of a few years. I'm not going to do it all at once. I don't have that kind of money, but
who does? Thanks, Joe.
But I would just like to take that little 2.8 that everybody underrates and underestimates, and just go down there and just. I'm gone.
I think it'd be fun.
Oh yeah.
What Lars is talking about here in the chat? Anybody have a heavy duty door lock I can put on my interior den door? Cabral's door there. Okay, where Cabral actually lives in apartment 1 on Brock Avenue. That's an exterior door that goes into the common hallway because there's 6 apartments in that building where the front door is. See, that's why that heavy lock is there. Because it's not in that house. It's as simple as that. I mean,
watch out, John. You're treading on troubled water here.
Exactly.
Wendy's got the sign.
see, look. See, there you go. See that
Yeah.
that door? See it?
Yeah.
That's it right there.
You-
So you got
you
that
need
really heavy exterior door lock there because it goes into the common area by the hallway on Brock Avenue, and that is not in that house on Rodney French. So
No,
anyway,
you
if Mr. Squinder or another one of those little dingleberry lint people that hangs out over there, if you see this, make sure to show that to Brian.
you need that in your den right there, inside your house.
I see the nicotine stained curtains there, so his little.
If you were to move that painting right there, it would be brighter than printer paper behind it, I'm sure.
Yes. You'll know exactly where it was supposed to be.
Him and Rich and Mr. Will and DRC, they're all one big unhappy.
The cockroaches are going to come out. Just watch.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Oh, they
exactly.
will. They will. There's several of them that circle this because they know these things get said.
Oh.
But to answer your question, John, I will bet you $50 that Mr. Will sticks up for this bullshit that Cabral just put out. Because that's just the kind of turd that he is.
I think DRC already has it figured out and doesn't want to look so stupid as a defendant. But I think Will just go right on,
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you sit back and inhale your own farts. You turn into Mr. Will. Oh, this shit's getting deep in here tonight.
What is it about that part of the country, man? What is it about that part of the country that just produces these people? You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Yeah. I do. Yeah. I don't know. Well, it was funny. I mentioned earlier, Busted Radio Chris was in here, and he sent me a package, and I still ain't got it. It's the stupid post office being stupid. And I mentioned when I sent you your shirt how the sumbitch ended up in New Jersey before it went. Why the hell would it go from down here in Arizona to New Jersey to get to land in fucking Virginia? If they would just learn how to straight shot this shit, they wouldn't have to charge you so much for shipping. And they were the chat was making comments about somebody up there in New Jersey needing that shirt more than you did.
Oh, Wendy being awful quiet over there.
I'm just listening to you, JB, because you're talking. See?
How you doing tonight, Wendy?
I'm doing good.
You're bored because the Dawn went to bed.
That's who shipped it right there. That's why it took so long.
What the hell is that?
You just made that just now, didn't you?
No, actually, I didn't. But no, I knew I had it handy.
That's Joe's new delivery truck.
That's where shithead lives.
Oh,
Mr. Mister, I got to file bankruptcy now. Why would you put a video on YouTube saying you got to file bankruptcy? He's throwing himself a fucking pity party.
You know what? If Rich sees this and comes in here, I'll make him feel at home.
If Rich has the balls to come into this live right now, I will Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, however, I will send him $100 bill if he shows his face in this live.
You know what? Dead serious. I'm dead serious. If Rich wants to come in here and actually have a good attitude and discuss how to help fix his mess, like
help him,
like help with dealing with his creditors, help with saving his house, help with maybe even not doing a bankruptcy and having a better way out instead, I'm glad to try to help him.
Right.
You can't help stupid.
I mean, I'm
That's
dead
it.
serious. If he were to come in here and have an honest, humble attitude and not just mountains of excuses and attitude and stuff, and were to say, hey, you know, this is the mess I've got. Is there anything you guys can do to help me figure out how to fix it? I would be glad to help him.
Well, that ain't gonna happen. Dang, we lost 2 of them.
No.
Bud's
Well, but see,
Bill.
I think that
There's
he
a new
could
face in
he could
here. Hey,
punt
buddy,
that
thanks for coming
57.
in.
He paid $2,000 for that 57. He could punt it for $3,000, right?
Yeah.
He could do an estate sale for all that junk he has and get one lump sum, because this trying to piece stuff out for retail prices is not going to work.
No.
But he could do that. He could get rid of the Jeep payment and drive the PT Cruiser. I mean, he says all it needs is tires and a tune-up. Okay. Get rid of that Jeep payment, right? I mean, there's a lot of things he could do to fix this situation. I don't think he's serious about fixing it. I think he's waiting for someone to do it for him. But if he were to come in here and actually want help figuring out a path to get out of it, I'd be glad to help him.
Sure.
Oh,
I think all of us would.
I know Tony's pretty savvy with this stuff too. I mean,
the main thing is he needs to understand you can't fix a money problem with money. You got to go back and fix what caused the money problem.
No, you got to fix. You know, the mess that he's got is a symptom of the problem. It's not the problem itself.
Yeah, it's 80% attitude.
But if he actually was serious about wanting help and all, I would be glad to help him.
Yeah, coach him through it,
doesn't.
teach him how to handle money and get out of this problem and never come back to it.
Right. See, okay, I'm just going to speculate. Most of the I'm kind of looking at the deal there, the mess there. I'm kind of figuring, I'm guessing that the purpose of the bankruptcy is to get out from under probably something like a credit card, right?
Oh,
That's
I
my
hate
guess.
credit cards.
It usually is.
But here's the thing. Here's this kind of stuff that I bet he doesn't know. If he's doing that to get out from under a credit card, but then he reaffirms the debt on the Jeep to keep it, I bet he's got negative equity from his Ram rolled into that and everything else, right? If you're going to do a bankruptcy, why would you want to keep the most toxic assets you have? It doesn't even make any sense. But see, I bet in his mind, he's thinking, well, if I can get rid of my credit card minimum payment, that'll help me make the payment on the Jeep.
Yeah.
See, this is the kind of stuff that it would be nice that you want to tell him when you see him make that video, but you can't tell him because you're blocked over there. And he wouldn't believe it coming from me anyway, but I deal with this stuff a lot because it's tangential to real estate. A lot of times when people are selling the real estate, it's because all this other stuff comes along with it.
I think he had a
And then
problem
what's going to happen?
ordering shit off the TV.
He's going to file bankruptcy, and he's going to freaking get all this credit card stuff done. And what's the first thing them credit card companies are going to do? Hey, we'll send you a whole bunch of them now because you can't file bankruptcy again.
Right.
What's happening, Mr. Scott?
I'm here for the $100.
Do you identify as Rich 220?
I'll identify as a muffin if you want me to for $100.
You can identify as anything nowadays, you know.
I know, right?
I identify as another guy who does not live at 170 West Rodney French Boulevard.
Right. Dean Stevenson, those bobbleheads cost a lot more than face value, Lars.
Yeah, I think me and Lars have just stirred up enough crap for this week.
Hey, JB.
What?
I was at work today and I was putting stock away and I ran into these and I thought of you.
Uh-oh. Dang it. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't need no eyelashes.
I want you to put them on.
That was funny.
Part of Scott is saying hi to 6%, Scott.
Oh.
What's happening? It's only the best their name's Scott, so.
Right.
Of course, nobody calls me my actual name, so when somebody says Scott, I don't even pay attention at this point.
Yeah, I was in Scott's live the other day, hanging out for a little bit. The PRI live.
Mohawk's laughing about the eyelashes, I think.
We entertain Mohawk.
That is true.
So far, I still think the coolest sticker on my sticker wall came from Mr. 6% Recycled there. The X-ray sticker. That one's cool.
I got a new one because I have less bones in my foot now. So
It's what you were telling me about that at No Name, that you had some new
Yep.
ones you were getting made up.
yeah, funny enough, I'm tying stickers to ducks because I'm going to a parade of lights tomorrow with my Jeep. So
Oh, that's right. Chris gave you that
Yeah.
box of ducks.
yeah, I'm tying stickers to 50 freaking ducks. So
And you're gonna chuck the ducks with the
That
sticker.
we're giving them out, but quack quack. Now it won't squeak, of course, but
Yeah, I didn't get to hang out with many
That's
people.
cool.
I didn't
Hey,
get to hang out.
John.
I didn't get to hang out with as many people as I usually do at No Name National because Damien had my carburetor tore apart and was working on everything, trying to get that thing dialed in. I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. you
No
got my
Name
truck.
was an absolute blast.
yeah, it was a ton of fun. Very glad I went.
JB's non-binary name is Juliet Bravo.
There you go.
Hey, John, do you
Yes,
have Big Mike Hoopsie Barnes' address? I have it, but the two numbers for the
Somewhere.
not the zip code, the one after the street road, the last two, I don't know what they are.
I'm sure I do somewhere.
Because I got an address book and I was writing people's addresses in it, and I don't have the last two, like, I think it's the street road or whatever. And I looked on a community page and I can't find his address on there.
Well,
Dang,
most
I
people
hope
wouldn't
Wendy's
put their
got that
address on their
much.
community page. Some people put other people's address on their community page.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I couldn't find
video.
his.
Yeah, hang on. Let me go back and change mine around.
And it's not on his homepage, like where you would read stuff like Busted Rock Radio has all of his stuff.
Yeah, I just now put my email address on my about page.
It does help when you're trying to get a hold of people. So
Yeah.
I finally got a PO box, so that's up there as well for me.
I asked Colleen. Colleen has his email. I emailed him for his address, but he hasn't got back to me.
You and Colleen need to stay away from each other. Y'all are troublemakers.
I don't even live by her.
Oh,
Yes, functional. I mentioned something that I knew what it was, ha ha ha, and I wasn't telling. That's all I said.
oh. I'm kind of concerned about this next year's No Name National. According to Brian Cabral, the AHRA is no more. That's all gone. And where are we going to have it at? And John better not put that thing in California.
You
Oh, if it goes
I
in
don't,
California,
I don't
I ain't
think if
coming.
it was fully funded by an outside source, John would allow it to be in that
You know-
communist state of California.
you do realize that you're taking the opinion of a guy who is like one step above living below a bridge, right? I mean,
Oh,
Junkyard D must be drinking.
I'm just poking.
Julia Booby's little
Well,
Julia
Junkyard-
Booby's little shop.
Junkyard D said to give me $5 if I go hug Lizzie Musey at the PRI show. So
You better stay away from
You know,
Junkyard D. That guy ain't right.
someone needs to find that woman that Cabral keeps posting pictures of that says his girlfriend and say, "Hey, do you know this old man is using your image on YouTube?" I mean, she might want to know.
Crap. Yeah, I can't believe he's supposedly married to a girl that young. But I.
Well, I appreciate the hell out of you being here, brother, and getting sideways with us.
About time he got sideways. He couldn't do it in the
Uncle
track.
says, I lived under a bridge, had to work my guts out to pull myself out of that hole. Oh, yeah. That's the only way you solve problems like that is work.
Well, at least he ate backwards.
Well, hey,
You ain't, when you're broke and you ain't got any money, work's the best place to go.
Yeah.
well,
I'm thinking
if you do need a new place to hold the No Name Nationals, there's a track that's about 20 minutes from Dougster's house. You can do it right there. I'm good with it.
Yep.
I have all kinds of suggestions that always happen to be just next to someone's house.
I know,
You know,
right?
It's amazing.
It's still a
It's
3-hour
amazing.
drive for me. I'm not.
Ain't
I'm
it
not
funny how that works, John?
Why do people want to do that? Why did everybody want it to be, and I guarantee you, if I ever were to move it to a track next to somebody's house, they want it right next to their house, they would be the one that wouldn't show up.
Right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Tony, if we were to have the tectonic plates of the country shift and part of it go underwater, Tony'd be like, now I got to put a longer snorkel on the truck and would still be there.
Right. Bet your ass.
I'll be there no
See,
matter
that's the
what.
thing. The No Name Nationals isn't going anywhere. No Name Nationals has taken on a life of its own at this point.
Yeah, and it'll just
Are
keep getting bigger.
No Name Nationals.
Yeah, it'll just keep getting bigger. It'll keep getting bigger every year.
Well, it'll get bigger or it won't. But the point is, we are No Name Nationals, and we are not going anywhere. The turds have came and went, and what we're left with is an exceptional group of people.
No, we're living in a turd.
I hate to say this, but this is really true. Occasionally, I think more about the people I hope don't register than the people I hope do. Isn't that terrible?
Right?
But you know what I'm talking about.
That's about right on target.
Well, that's what happens when a turd gets dropped in the punch bowl.
Yeah.
At this rate, I'm still going to be tying stickers to ducks by next year.
Are the dogs helping you out?
No, the one that's crying in the background wants to go outside, so he always waits till the perfect opportunity to want to go.
I can't hear him. I just see the one with you there.
Yeah, no, that's Fiona.
Yes, Max and Fiona.
Nope. Yes, man.
No Name Nationals can get bigger or not. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. I just want a bunch of good people like we have every year.
Exactly.
With no problem people. That's all that's
Well,
what
dang,
we
I got to drop out. I got to drop out.
You see Heavens Mopar Scott with an S comment there?
Got with the S.
Yep. That's where we need to have it. Spokane, Washington. There you go. And we'll have the best 15-car field in America. That'll be awesome. Tony will be there.
Functional History's wife got me to make these stickers of the dogs. So,
Tony, if we had the No Name Nationals in Alaska, would you be there?
Yes.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
But Tony's got to figure out how to get that truck glued to the ground.
Oh, I've got plans.
Do it.
I will tell you this right now: the Alcan Highway is a tough SOB.
Well, the problem
LP,
is,
we're
too,
gonna improve
JB,
on
is
that.
once I get the carburetor straightened out, the traction problem's only going to get worse.
Exactly.
But it's just the frickin' fuel curves all over the map, and
That thing was breaking loose no matter what you done, man.
Well, it's lean and it's fat and it's lean and it's fat. It's all over the map. That carburetor, I've got to spend a lot of time with it. And I would give my left nut if Andy Wood would come spend the weekend at my house.
Well, what you got to do is get rid of the carburetor, put fuel injection on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
O2
No, thanks.
Yeah. And
No,
then you got a whole nother mess of crap to deal with.
I'll get the carburetor straightened out. See, the thing of it is a guy like Andy could do it in about half the time I could.
And hey, Tony, your property values lowered. ASOs in the comments section.
Oh no! Troubles in the house. What's happening, ASO?
You mean
Good to see you,
ASO,
brother.
stuff now?
What's that, JB?
I said, you mean ASO's allowed to get on lives and stuff now? I thought he was blocked from YouTube for like. Oh crap!
I heard
We
some
think we're the-
rumors, but
we
I
think
don't know
we're the
what the hell
ASO.
happened. I heard some rumors that he got in hot water with YouTube, but I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, we
Right
think
down
we're the
there.
ASO, man. Don't get me wrong.
I know how YouTube operates. He probably had enough of somebody's shit and told him where to go, and YouTube didn't like it.
Well, he can tell you whether or not, but I believe he cannot post for 3 months. But that might have changed the last time I talked to him.
Oh,
So.
in comments, you mean?
No, like videos.
Yeah,
Oh.
he can't post videos.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, hopefully that changed. But the last time I talked to him, that's what was going on, which stinks. So
He should
I'm
be allowed to post
blacklisted from
videos
posting
anyway.
videos till February. That sucks.
He shouldn't be allowed to be posting videos anyway. He's always taking videos
Well, you
of
know-
other people's cars.
He got.
Here's what I don't understand. Auto Salvage Outlaws gets that, and yet Mr. Will monthly fires up a live to just destroy just trash me for an hour, like monthly.
Yeah.
He does
Yeah,
that.
it's just a
They
shit.
don't care
pop.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
no one
but
cares about that.
John, you don't bitch. That's why.
You need to put
Yeah, I don't know.
cease and
I don't
desist
know it
on-
would change anything.
You need to
No,
put cease and desist on his ass, just like Will. I mean, who was it? What was
Mater.
that guy's name?
Onward.
Huh?
Onward.
Onward. Now, Tom Muse, he's got a cease and desist. He can't talk about people.
Yeah, Tom Muse did get a cease and desist.
All
Because
right.
we couldn't have him doing something crazy at No Name Nationals.
Well, that some bitch was making physical threats.
Yeah, he's out there, man.
Yeah, I'd like for some bitch to bring his physical threats to my front door and see what the fuck happens.
That's me. You said what? Let's talk about this over here in private real quick.
Yeah.
The good news is that none of that shows up there, and the people who show up at the No Name Nationals are all good people, have a good time, and that stuff stays away. That's-
Exactly.
Yeah, we're all watching everybody's backs, and
Where else can you go watch guys do burnouts on their trailers?
yeah.
At some of the motorcycle shows I go to.
Yeah, well, motorcycles. I'm talking about with a full size Mopar.
Yeah.
Was that Blake or Hippie? That did
Jeremy.
that last year, John. Was it
Jeremy.
Jeremy with the
Yeah.
dart?
Jeremy can be
That was
crazy.
awesome.
Well, where else can you go and leave your stuff in the car and nobody touches it or messes with it?
Right?
Right.
Right.
See,
There's
that's the
always
thing.
some-
That's the thing. If we just had this massive car count and we didn't care about having actual community there, we couldn't do that
Yeah.
No.
because it's not like that everywhere.
Why do you think I left the truck at the track instead of taking it back to the hotel with me every night? 'Cause
Who was
I
going to
knew it
mess
was
with it?
safe. I knew it was safe. Safer there than it would
You're-
be in the hotel parking lot.
Your
That's
truck
right.
was right
That's-
outside. Your truck was right outside my window. Like nobody could even Slim Jim the door without me hearing it at night.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you were right there. Cope was right there. Brian was right there.
That's right. Don't fall asleep there.
Yeah, me and Lars was circling, the pits constantly, just, watching everybody's crap.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh,
That's
everybody
not,
was.
I don't know. At the hotel I stayed at, I parked my Jeep all the way at the very back the first night, and this really
Oh, yeah,
sketchy Dodge van parked right next to me. It kind of weirded me out. So,
The Free Candy
Last year-
Express.
yeah, the Free Candy Express.
last year 38 POS was sitting down there in his car, got out, and me and Lars was walking around the parking lot. All right, This looks kind of sketchy right here. We might need to check that guy out real quick.
Lars hit the nail on the head with this comment right there. I know at least 2 guys on this screen at this exact moment. Let's see. Junkyard D says, might get his eyelashes, but not stolen. That shit was funny right there.
Eyelashes, but it won't go.
Didn't Shane
Don't
got
fall
the
asleep there,
eyelashes,
JB.
didn't he?
Wait a minute. I'll get it. That one right there.
Yeah. I thought Shane, Professor P, got some eyelashes too, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Didn't
were on
That was,
somebody hit his
that,
DL
that
Brock
was
Charger?
Pauline's idea.
See, I told you, stay away from Colleen. You two together is not
Yeah,
a
but
good
Pauline had
place.
nothing to do with yours.
Well,
That's
that's
a
beside the
cool
point.
dude right there too, Shane Polito. He's a good sumbitch.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Toledo
meeting
will
him
be-
again Thursday at PRI. So
Oh, is
He's
he
going to
going?
be on my
Is
live
he going to be
Friday to
at
talk about
PRA?
what he sees.
yeah,
Right
he's
on.
only going to be there Thursday, so I'm trying to make sure I'm there a little early because I can't afford to be there all 3 days. I'm coming in Thursday, so I'm going to go right there after I get to the
There
hotel.
he is.
Oh, I got you.
Somebody come by and see me at the Edelbrock booth. So
I figured I'd put it back on. We take it back down there. Oh, shit.
Daughter had a dance tonight that I had to go pick her up from. I didn't threaten him with the gun threat, but I told him that I don't use guns. I use hammers. The old BFH.
no, just show him the scale model of the Holy Goat and tell him you have a lot of patience. Maybe he'll get it.
There you go.
50 friggin' ducks.
Right. Yeah, we got us a good crowd in here tonight. This has gotten fun.
The stuff is going by so fast, I can't see the comments.
Oh, are you on your phone, JB?
Yeah, that's the only thing I use.
Oh, I got you.
Damn flies.
Flies.
Yeah, it's too damn cold for flies, but they still around my.
I was just gonna say it's 27 degrees outside here. We ain't got no freaking flies.
No
Oh,
flies
no, it's
here.
like 60, it's like 60 something here tonight.
Take a shower, JB.
Nice.
Like a shower. Man, kiss my ass, Lord.
Hell, if it was 60 something here tonight, we'd be doing this out in the shop.
It's 59 right now in Lebanon, which is how far
Yeah.
is Lebanon from you, JB? About 20 miles?
Yeah.
59. Man,
Yeah.
dude, I'm jealous.
Yeah, me
Don't
too.
worry.
What is it where
Where-
you're at, John?
It's 50 here.
I'm
Don't
jealous.
worry, wait till Monday. It'll be 10 below.
Okay, I
What do
don't
you do?
know. I was off by a little bit, but
39 here in Michigan.
35. It's 39 in Michigan.
39 in Michigan. It
How
was
the
warm
hell are
today.
you 4 degrees warmer than me?
It was warm
It's not-
today.
Yeah, it's been raining all day here in Michigan, Tony.
There you go, Wendy.
All day.
Nice. Yeah,
It was
we
20 degrees most of the week, so it's been nice,
Yes.
nice little hard, super hard freeze, and then it's going to rain, for the
Yep.
next 3 days. So
It's raining
We
right
topped
now. How
out
about
at-
you, 6?
Yeah, it's
we
been
topped
raining here.
out
since-
at 49
all
today.
damn day. It just needs to not rain tomorrow afternoon so I can go to that friggin' light parade.
I've discovered there are 4 things that you can ask for on the screen, and everybody in the chat obliges at once.
Yep.
I can't
What
wait
the
for the next
temperature is.
video on that,
What the
Lars.
temperature is, how old they are, what they ate today, and what song they think should go with something.
Come on,
Those 4 things instantly, everybody in the chat lights up with them
Yeah.
every time.
This is my weapon of choice when it comes to flies.
The
Oh,
song.
the assault gun.
Yeah. Hey, it works.
This is what
I
you need
need
to take
to,
care of flies, man. You cut the wings off in mid-flight.
It will kill.
It
That's
will
the one
kill.
from the It Will Kill video.
Yeah.
Your Forged in Fire parody.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hang on. This is for Wendy.
And Wendy's not even on.
She's off camera for a minute.
Dang it.
My gosh. JB, you mean that hat is not attached to your head permanently?
Now, dude, you was showing video, pictures of everybody. I got some that just blow your mind when I was younger.
This is
I'm
JB in
skinny as
convertible
a
mode. He's got the top
I'm
down.
back.
There you go. Wendy. How's that?
I like it.
Oh, I still got them. I'll put them back on the truck next year.
Dean Stevens says, JB, check the
Oh
flies.
no,
for
you don't have to,
barcode."
JB. I'll get some new ones.
Yeah, okay.
See
Check the flies for barcodes.
what the temperature is, how old they are, what they ate for lunch today, and whatever song goes with something. Like what music goes with something.
Who's cooking T-bones? I wish I was.
I don't know, but if you're cooking them, give me your
All right,
address.
Scott.
We'll
Yeah,
go-
I'm coming over.
No T-bones. Porterhouse.
What? No New York.
27 in Spokane, 51 roast beef sandwich.
See, there we go.
JB,
Don't
turn the
stop
fly
blinking. There you
upside
go.
down and look for the following numbers.
I guarantee you it's on the tail shaft on the
Probably
right
got a New Jersey zip code on it.
Oh.
You look like Elton John with those on.
They got a lot in common.
Man, screw you.
JB can see the chat, but can't see the chat, but he can see that fly from my butt.
Yeah, I can see that fly.
You know what I hate is when I'm in the garage all by myself. I ain't got the fan on or the heater on, just the lights. I'm working on something, and I can hear that sumbitch buzzing. Where are you? Where are you, you little bastard?
Dive bombing your ass. Wow.
Are you right in the middle of doing something intricate, or working on a carburetor or something, and that little bastard come land right on your nose?
Yep.
Murphy's
I can
Law.
deal with the flies. Them damn mosquitoes piss me off. They get you when you ain't looking.
Never did see that Blondie concert.
Okay, I'm going to jump off the live and back into the chat.
All right, Dougster. Thanks for hanging out, brother. We'll see you later.
Yeah.
Functional histories. I'm not getting anything done. Ugh, if you need me, yell. You tried that last time and we all yelled.
Yeah, didn't he say it like an hour ago, then he came right back in?
Yeah, because we all were messing with him. We all yelled at him. I'm back.
See that functional histories guy, man, he's making, all these little,
He does some cool stuff.
but he ain't never said one about the trash truck. Man, that's the one, that's the most famous, that is the truck that the internet built, okay?
He'll do your trash truck.
Hey, JB.
It wouldn't take much.
You guys need to watch his live stream this weekend.
Oh.
Hey JB,
doing-
you gotta watch them mosquitoes will bite you right through your clothes. You don't want them to bite you where you don't want them to.
That's true. That's true.
Functional makes me want to start doing Hot Wheels again.
Functional is doing My Charger live.
See?
When's that, Tony?
I think it's this Sunday. Correct me if I'm wrong, Functional.
Okay.
What?
We need another Charger garage burnout from Tony.
A Charger garage burnout from Tony.
We can make that happen. Functional sent you an email about the trash truck, JB.
Well,
He only takes email, not email.
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it, Lars. He
JD.
said I only take she-mail, not email. What?
Okay, it's next Sunday to answer your question. There it is. Next Sunday is when he's going to do that one.
We'll check it out.
JB, did you say that was the truck the internet built, as in you didn't build it yourself?
Well, I built the engine, but I got tires from people. I got tire changers from people. I got transmission from people.
Our
Yeah,
buddy,
you
our
better
buddy-
check. You better check your damn spam folder or something, JB, because he sent you an email. Send him one.
Yeah, if that's the truck the internet built, you need a refund.
Ah,
Okay. There's one in
Rich
every damn
is-
crowd.
Rich says that I don't build anything. This is a car a friend of mine that I built years back, this Camaro, and he drove it down over Thanksgiving weekend to Florida. Try out the he never drives it on the highway, but it's a fun little ride.
Heck yeah.
oh yeah, that's right. You already sent me that picture.
I
We were
did
talking
Tony
about
that. I
that
should put it on
earlier.
my community tab. It's a neat picture.
Yeah, it is. Right, we were talking about that earlier this week. That is a neat build.
But yeah, and Lars come up with that and he goes, this is a truck the internet built or YouTube built. That's what he said.
The community build.
But I appreciate everybody that helped me out, man, because I was struggling last year.
Functional histories. Let me tell you the story on that paint. So you see that paint job, that goofy paint job on that Camaro? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I went to college with this guy, okay? And you see the teal and the white and the silver? Okay, it's originally a teal car, and he got hit in an intersection or something with it and did a lot of damage, bent the axle, did a lot of quarter panel damage and such. He bought the entire back half of a white car from the junkyard and grafted it on. I put the axle in it. He had his uncle paint it. And so the front half of the car is teal, the back half is white, and the silver stripe is the silver lining to the story. Because when I did the rear end, I just kept going. I did it, put some gears in it, redid the front end, then an LS swap and a T56, and it just kept going and going from there. But that's the weird, goofy story about the teal, the white, and the silver. It's super 90s looking, but the thing is fast.
What's
Who
it
said
got
that?
in it, John?
It's an LS1 bottom end, pretty
Oh,
stock,
okay.
with a bigger roller cam and an LS6 intake and throttle body. Heads are
Nice.
corded. It's
Yeah,
got a goofy setup on the headers. It actually has a straight down street rod style header on one side and a swept on the other.
Oh wow.
Because it's got prototype motor mounts from a defunct place called F Body Motorsports. It was the prototype mounts that he made, and they were just coated. And you've got like this much clearance from the oil pan to the cross member.
Oh yeah, those I
brake line.
played
it's
with a few of
tight
those
fit.
cars back in the 90s. They are some of the worst to get a decent exhaust.
It is, and the pipe on one side crosses over.
Put him on a while ago.
It has
It's
to.
a- it's
Yeah. It
it's a
has
goofy
to. There's
one to
only
build.
one tunnel under them. There's
Well,
only
it's so
one
low.
tunnel under them.
It's so low. If you ran it under the car, it'd be on the ground.
Yeah, you can't do it. There's a tunnel specifically for the exhaust, and it runs down the passenger
Well-
side only.
That's because the other tunnel has to be for that long torque arm.
Right.
I mean,
but
your whole
they
entire
they
floor
still
would be
could have
higher.
actually made it true duels like the Mustang. They really screwed up when they didn't do that.
They did, yeah.
I built an exhaust system years and years ago for one of those cars, and I did it out of 5-inch oval pipe. And so the pipe was 5 inches at the longest point, and it was about 2.5 inches tall. And so it actually worked. It sounded a little funky, but it sounded good, and it worked really well because it had the surface area of a dual 2.5-inch exhaust underneath of it, and it didn't take up the space that would, because you're going to take a dual 2.5-inch exhaust, you got to space the pipe some, or they're going to sit there and rattle and all the bullshit. And it was an expensive system to build, but it worked really well. And then we split it into the the cross flow muffler that they use on those cars into a dual in, dual out Flowmaster. It worked well. It was different, but I enjoyed playing with those things for a little while. That's why I appreciated seeing that picture. I didn't think John liked to play with them things.
It's different. It's different, and
yeah,
I don't know. It's fast. I got to tell you that.
Oh, they can be.
Oh yeah, that one is.
I'll tell you what else will sneak up on you, and people don't expect them, is a WS6 Firebird.
This engine is out of a WS6 Firebird.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's the short block has 15,000 miles on it, and came out of a 2000 WS6 Firebird.
Nice. Yeah,
And then it came to me. He literally said, "I'm going to send you the car and the engine, right?" And I thought I was getting the car and the engine, and this rollback shows up. And on the rollback, there is this gigantic box, this huge crate. I mean,
oh shit!
And I just like, what is that? I thought I had an engine. When they unloads the crate, there was a short block in there that was all wrapped up on a pallet, and then there was all these boxes of just stuff just dumped loose, right? I had never worked on an LS before, so I had to find to match up all the fasteners and brackets and everything.
Man.
And I mean everything, but it was a real job putting all that mess together. But
I'll bet, especially being your first one.
Say that shows you getting old, though, because nipples probably.
Once you get to know them, they're actually not a difficult engine, but they can be very intimidating when given the form of a jigsaw puzzle.
This WS6, I don't know. I know it has a bigger roller cam in it than factory, but the heads, some porting done on the heads.
Yeah, well, there's so many different cams out there for the LS platform.
The WS6 did not have the heads or intake. It had a different set of heads, had intake, and it dynoed 385. So I have no idea what it makes, but it logically should make more, but I don't know. We've never dynoed it.
Because you had it on the track?
No, never have. I should. I think it would run well.
Well, you could get an idea. If you know what it weighs and you get a mile per hour, you can get an idea.
I would think it would run way down in the 8s. I mean, it ought to.
Yeah.
But the hard thing is I mean, it'd take a lot of trial and error figuring out how to hook that thing up, I would think.
Well, guys, I'm going to jump out. It's going on 11 o'clock. I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. But I just, had fun hanging out with y'all, as always.
Appreciate you being here, brother.
Later, JB.
Did you find a 10 millimeter?
I was going to ask the same thing.
Yeah, I found them. They was hid out there under the truck behind the back tire. Damn land.
Wonder who put it there.
But y'all take care, man. We'll see y'all on the next one.
Watch out for them loose lug nuts.
Yeah, there's one in the shop right now.
Yeah, I was going to say there's several in the rolling around the shop.
Those two are always fun to have around. Yeah, and Dean's right. The WS6s, they were extra cool.
Yeah.
I actually had a friend. He's no longer in Arizona. I think if I remember right, he moved to Texas, but he ran a big commercial tire warehouse. But he was into AMCs, and he also had that WS6 Firebird, and that thing was his pride and joy. We had some fun with that sumbitch.
Yeah, Jeeps and Pontiacs seem to go together. It's kind of weird.
Right.
You know what a Jeep is to me? A Jeep is always the thing that spoils a good transmission fine because it has the wrong bell housing. Isn't it? Tony knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I know
Right?
exactly what
It's
you're
like you
talking
say,
about.
"Oh man, look,
Oh,
there's an
Dane.
A500." Ah, well, crap. You know,
All too well.
No, it just means you're putting the wrong motor in stuff. Just get a straight 6, you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh man, check it
That's
out!
another
I
way to
found a
look at it.
727 Torque Command.
Yeah.
You guys can have those autos. I'm just not a fan. Never have been. Never will be.
Well, I'm gonna jump out. I got laundry to fold.
Well, don't you have too much fun with your laundry, Wendy. We appreciate you hanging out.
Yeah, I don't mind folding laundry, but
Maybe
I'll
Don will get it.
I'll
Maybe,
still be in the chat if here and there.
right on. Maybe Don will get his deer tomorrow.
Well, my youngest son got a big old doe. She
That's
a
what
fat
Don
doe.
said earlier.
Yeah,
Nice.
he showed me pictures, and Ron got one the other day. It's a tiny little thing. From what my son got, man, this thing's huge.
That's cool. Do some good eating.
Yep.
Yep.
That'll be some good eating.
Yes, it will.
Dean Linen
I'll
Laundry.
be making some jerky and Hamburg.
Right on.
Besides the roast that's going to come to No Name Nationals.
Dean with his linen laundering.
$2 bill.
That's actually a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, the $2 bill.
I've got $40 in $2 bills in the sequential numbers. My buddy bought a whole
That's cool.
rack of when his first daughter was born.
I got from
Dude's
work,
here.
so I didn't jump
I'm
out
here.
yet, but I got $70. I think it's $70 and $5 bills from work to have the blue seals on them.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, you guys were talking about that.
Don's like,
a
get 'em
while
all.
back. I remember Don talking about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have the blue seals on them.
I
I don't know what
remember
they
that
were,
now.
but he's
That was
like, "Get 'em."
before No Name, I think. I remember you guys talking.
Yeah, it was before No Name.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I have $70 worth in them. Or 75. He was like, "Oh,
That's pretty
there's
cool.
$75 we can't spend."
I just have this little stack of $2 bills here. I don't even really know why, but they're just here.
Functional histories. I want $2 I'm poor. I've got an 11-year-old girl that demands candy.
Why we
You go to
have
Dollar Tree, you can get it for $1.25.
is Dollar Tree $1.25 now?
Yes, $1.25.
$1.25 tree then.
Well, they never changed the logo on the
So
wall.
it's $1.25 tree.
Ain't nothing $1 anymore.
Not even Hot Wheels. They're
Some things are $1.25. Other things with tax is $1.33. Depends on what you get.
Yeah, so since
Since
I'm broke, just trying to make it till January. I hear you.
Since we got a Mopar guy and a Jeep guy in here, it'd be an interesting question to ask. Something I've kind of wondered about. So the 42 RE, right? That's your electronic 904 torque flight with overdrive 500, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it has overdrive on the back, right?
Right.
Correct.
And you could get that in the Cherokees, but it also came in Dodge trucks and stuff, right?
Yeah.
What is the 44 RE? Doesn't that have a 904 pan? Isn't that in the 904 family?
I really don't know, John, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was wondering if that came in Jeeps or Rams, but I've heard of it. a 44 RE,
I have heard of the 44. I have
and I think it's in
never,
the 904 family.
I have never seen one.
Well, so I'm wondering
Because the 42 is to the 904 what the 46 is to the 727.
right? But I've heard of the 44 RE, and I think it's in the 904 family. So my question is, if I find one of these things, I wonder if there's good upgraded guts in one for any 904, like Chrysler.
You know, you've got me curious now. I'm being a
See?
transmission
See?
nerd.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dig into it, but I would venture to say if it's the same platform, it would probably be to the 42 what the 48 is to the 46.
That's exactly
And
that's
that's
Is
what
it possibly
Brian-
is it possibly a different gear ratio or something? Or
it's probably not a different gear ratio. It's probably 274, 154, 1-to-1, and then overdrive. But I'm just wondering if there's anything worthwhile in there over a regular A500 or 42 RE.
I really don't know.
I don't know. I'm listen, if I find one, if I own one, I will take it apart and I'll measure everything and I'll find out and report back. I just don't know.
Did you ask Cope when you were up there?
No. I mean, I'd be glad to ask him. I could imagine what he'd say. Oh, it's that 904 stuff. But really,
he's got an
if I had
ATSG.
one, I'll take it apart and we'll find out.
Or is it like the C5 from Ford where it's kind of a meh transmission?
I don't know. It's a transmission nobody ever mentions.
Or was it in like a light duty heavy transmission?
I think it came in Rams and maybe some of the Cherokees.
Maybe behind a 3.9 or something.
Well,
Because even my 5.2 Ram has a 46 in it from the factory.
They might have used it in the limiteds or something, but because the AW4, the Asian trans was the most common behind the 4 liters,
Right?
in all the Jeeps.
Yeah,
and they're actually a really strong transmission. But I was talking about, nobody makes any parts for them. It's about the only auto trans I actually like, and nobody makes anything for it.
Nobody makes anything for it because they don't have to.
No, it's not. Yeah, I'm still that goofy guy who's like, yeah, I want to put a little more power into it. But there's companies that get 700-800 horsepower out of it.
It's a straight transmission rail, 904 family.
Yep.
You see them for sale.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know anything about them. I've ever seen one in person.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it before you mentioned it. But like the 4-liter, there's companies that get 700-800 horsepower out of them. They don't live super duper long. They'll do it, but they don't like it. But the 4 liters, punch them out to 4.6, 4.7. They'll do 4,500, but you're still pushing a lot of it out, and you're still spending a lot more money on it.
In the height of the years that those transmissions were popular in the Jeeps in the late 90s, early 2000s, I worked for several years in a transmission shop. And we very, very rarely did any work to those.
Yeah.
And what's that tell you? A busy transmission shop that never rebuilds one. I mean, that's a lot for that unit,
Yeah, the only thing I know that are bad, the way that the neutral safety switch is mounted on the side of the transmission is an absolute pain in the ass.
Goofy. It's a goofy setup.
Especially when you get a rusty one like I did. I had to cut half the housing off to get the stupid collar off to be able to put the new one on.
Oh, shit.
I see pictures of it, and I don't know anything about this thing, and I'm just curious what the deal is with it.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a Coke question.
I have just about every ATSG manual ever produced in PDF format.
See, okay,
I'm digging through here to see if I have a manual for that.
Now, I've got this is just internet stuff, but it looks like if you had a Grand Cherokee with a 4-liter from 94 to 2004 or a 5.2 from 96 to 2000. So if it came behind the 4.0, you got a 42 RE. If it was behind the 5.2, you got a 44 RE.
Yeah, because it's a different. If it's a
Okay.
different.
And you just said 96 to 2000, but I own the truck that proves that statement wrong.
This is just some internet crap that I just
Right.
found on Google, so I don't know if there's anything to it. But I'm just saying, apparently it was a heavier duty Jeep Grand Cherokee V8 option.
However, my truck is the 5.2. It's a 96, but it's the Sport, and that
Is
could
it
be
a
why.
Jeep?
What's that?
This is Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Oh, you're talking about Jeep.
Well,
I thought you were talking about trucks.
but here's the thing. Jeep aside, forget the goofy bell housing. Wouldn't that be interesting if there was guts in there that would be useful in a Mopar case?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a curious question.
Yeah.
Maybe the difference in the bell housing is what makes it the 44 too. I don't know.
It's possible because the 4-liter bolt pattern was effectively the same from about the 60s up. Because it was a 238, 258, 242. So that never really changed. But the 5.9, the 5.2, the 5.9, and the 4.7 all had different bolt patterns, and you could get them in a Grand Cherokee at one point or another.
This says that the Ram and Dakota could have it too, but this just internet stuff. I mean,
yeah, that it
who
could
knows?
have it.
I don't know. I think it's interesting. There could actually be some parts there that are worthwhile to. I mean,
It's
it's
very
almost
possible.
certainly a 5-clutch high gear drum.
Yeah, you would sure think so.
You'd think, yeah.
This is interesting. In my entire list of ATSG manuals for the Chryslers, I do not have one for a 44. I got the 42, I got the 46, I got the 41 TE, which is the 604, the front wheel drive stuff. But no, I've got the A604, A500, A727, of course, A999, and A904. But no 44 RE.
I'm telling you, it's.
I know it exists.
Yeah,
I was hoping I had the book because I want to look at it.
It's kind of like a separate flavor.
Book.
It's kind of like a separate flavor of A500, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, look how much stuff comes under the heading of A518.
Right.
Right? Because it's the same thing. It's a different flavor of A500.
Right.
Could that have been an export only variant that was more likely to be
overseas? I don't know anything about it. I would love to get one in here and find out. The downside is probably a lot of them are 4-wheel drive. You might have to hunt more for a 2-wheel drive version, but I'm just kind of curious about it.
Well, if they're that, you hunt more for a 2-wheel drive version, but if they're that similar, you could probably just put, output shaft overdrive unit from the 42 on it.
There may be nothing worthwhile in there that you can't just upgrade onto a 42 anyway.
Right.
But it's a curious question.
Yeah.
There needs to be more info out there for the 904 family. When you make upgrades and stuff, there's not quite enough. It's hard to do interchange with them and stuff. So,
yeah, it is. Because there's so many changes through the years.
Yeah. Oh, hell, it's midnight. I'm going to have to cut out of here in a second, guys.
Well, we've been going for just over 2 hours. Definitely.
Yeah, I'll tap out too. I just I thought that was a curious question. Figured while I had the Mopar and Jeep guys here, it'd be a good one to ask.
It may very well have been more popular in the Jeeps.
I don't know.
It's possible, and really the only thing almost everybody looks for the 4-liters. Not that the 5.2s and everything else are good, but the 4.7s are. Nobody ever changed the oil, and those timing chains are horrible.
Yeah,
they're not a real desired motor, and that's more than likely what they were behind a lot of the times. Because almost everybody talks about the AW4s, at least in the groups that I'm in.
I have an 8 1/4 out of a 2002 Cherokee here, and it's a Sure Grip, and I want to say it's a 355 gear.
It's quite, yeah, it's more than likely that would make sense. It was probably 2-wheel drive as well.
This one was 4-wheel drive.
Okay, because normally if it was 2-wheel drive, it would come with a posi rear, and if it was 4-wheel drive, you normally get open pig unless you ordered something.
But it's not the original rear.
Okay,
That's just what I took it out of. So who knows? It belonged to a friend of mine, which had since been totaled and gone. But he said that the rear end in it sounded like a washing machine, and I replaced it with a junkyard rear, and I kept this one. So I don't know what kind of shape the gears themselves are in, but I thought the Sure Grip unit was enough to keep it for, right?
Oh, it's actually a desirable axle in the Jeep world. It's a real common swap. That and the 8.8s, the Ford 8.8.
Huh.
Is that actually the same 8 1/4 that we know and love from the early Mopars, or is it different?
It's technically different. It's not a center removable pig or anything, but it's much better than a Dana 35 in terms of strength. You
Well,
can get bigger
center
brakes.
removable pig is an 8 3/4.
It's an 8 1/4. It's not the 8 3/4. It is an 8 1/4.
That's what I said. Is it the same?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is it the same 8 1/4? Like, for instance, my Charger has an 8 1/4 under it.
I found 8 1/4 up to 2007.
I know they made them for a lot of years.
Yeah.
1969 to 2007.
Yeah, it would have been likely in the Grand Cherokees because they stopped making the XJs in Christmas in 2001, and also the Liberties got a decent rear axle. They're actually the best place to find rear disc brake conversion kits for any other Jeep. Yeah, is the XJs or the
what axles in the Liberties?
I'm sorry.
What axles in the Liberty?
Liberties could get a 904, but they almost all came with rear disc. They're the easiest place to find. I had to find a rear disc parts for my Dana 44 on my TJ because it broke the mounting gear off internally. And there used to be a company that made kits. They don't make them anymore. But the Grand Cherokees have a different bolt pattern, so at that point, so it's not as good. But the Liberties, if you find them, a lot of them, the nicer models are all the rear disc. So
what rear is it?
It's either a 35 or a I don't know if you could ever get them with a 44, but I think you could get them with a 9 1/4 as well.
Wow.
Or 8 1/4.
A 9 1/4?
I'm 8 1/4, sorry.
Oh, I will say.
The axle itself is not necessarily what you want, but you can harvest it for parts for better axles on other
Is it a straight axle?
Yeah. In the back.
Wow. And those things are pretty narrow too. That might actually be interesting for some different applications.
Yeah. Is it a 5 on 4.5 or 5 on 5.5 pattern?
5 on 4.5. The Grand Cherokees went to 5 on 5 in '96.
Interesting.
And then the JK, the 2007 and ups are 5 on 5 for all the Jeep stuff. All the other stuff is a small style.
Was the 4.5?
Because everything I've got is 5 on 4.5. Even my AMCs and everything else is.
That is real. So you could get a Cherokee with a 5 on 4.5 bolt pattern, straight axle, 8 1/4.
Yeah, I've got 2 of them out in my driveway. That's what's in the Chambler. It's got an 8 1/4.
I didn't know Liberties were good for anything.
Yeah. Oh, come on now.
That's cool.
Oh, they're good for getting groceries.
They're surprisingly capable. Like my $1,000 car made it 1,400 miles without any real trouble.
Yeah.
And if you find them in other parts of the states where they don't rust, they're very reliable. As long as you do basic maintenance.
I actually know a few people around here that have Jeep Liberties and they love them.
Yeah, the biggest problem with like the Liberty is the motor because it's I think it's the 3.9 or it's 3.7. It's a cut down 4.7.
Yeah,
and it has the same overhead cam problems. Nobody maintained them, so by the time you find them used, they're ready to just blow the timing chain right out of them, and then they're junk.
Remember that gag you did, John, about putting the 4.7 in your Start Sport?
Yeah.
That shit was funny.
I had a lot of people going on that.
They're a
Yeah.
neat motor, but nobody makes any parts for them either. You're kind of limited in what you can do with anything, any
Right.
pop up stuff.
Could you put just a 3.9 in a Liberty?
I don't think so because the pattern, the
I
bolt
think
pattern.
the bell housing's different.
Yeah, but
And I
didn't you
know
say
the motor
Liberties came with a 904? Did they come with a 42 RE?
I don't know. The
'Cause
only
if
one
they did, that'd be an easy swap.
the only one I'm actually looking for is they actually get a 6-speed in them, and that's if I ever buy a Liberty, it'll be a 6-speed one. Then you could also get them with diesels, which doesn't interest me, but I think it's people love diesels, so
Interesting. I'm going to take a look at some Liberties next time I'm in the yard. That's all interesting
Yeah.
stuff.
I need to get back out to that damn junkyard and see if that van rear is.
I was just thinking that, Tony. Come on.
oh, it's too cold for that right now. At least up here, too wet anyway.
Well, it's cold and wet here too, but I've been itching to get back to the yard. But I hurt myself pretty good when I screwed up my ankle, and I've been down and out for a couple months because of it. And I'm finally moving around again. But yeah, I think about that damn axle every day. I said, I need to get that axle. I mean, whether you want it or not, John, I'd like to have the thing.
I mean, I'm interested. I mean, it depends what you're doing.
You can't have too many 8 3/4.
No, you cannot.
It's like having too many 440s. You just can't do it.
No. You can never have too many revolvers. You can never have too many Glocks. You can never have too many 8 3/4. Never have too many 440s. There's some things it's no such thing as having too many of.
Right.
You can have too many Dobermans.
You can always have too much government.
Yeah. Well, we already have way too much government. But that's a whole nother topic.
Oh, the DNS was on my live streams a lot. One of his buddies gave him a 440, I believe, recently. So that's a nice gift.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, I saw on Facebook Marketplace. Boy, what a cesspool that's become, too. Some guy actually here local was giving away 2 sets of running gear, but you had to give them away for free, but you had to take the whole damn motor home. One was a 440 with a 727, and the other was a big block Chevy. I wouldn't have minded having either one of them. But then I got to deal with getting rid of the damn motorhome. And that's around here, that's actually hard to do. The junkyards won't take them unless they're complete, because the only thing the junkyard wants out of them is a damn powertrain.
Yeah.
I thought about it, and then my wife started giving me stink eye. You ain't bringing more crap like that around. Because the problem with crap like that is it ends up staying around while you're trying to figure out how to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm tapping out. You guys have a great evening. I just thought I'd come pollute your live for a minute, Tony. Good to see you, 6% Scott. Y'all take care. Have a good evening.
See you
See you later, John.
I'm going to tap out as well, my friend.
All right. And I think with that, I'm going to tap out. We think it's a good place to start now.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody hanging out. It was fun. Thanks for stopping in,
Lots of
you
fun
guys.
as always.
Everybody in the chat. Yeah, I agree with Dean. If it's Chrysler, it's not crap. I do agree with that.
If it's real Chrysler.
Yeah. All right, guys. Appreciate everybody hanging out. We'll see you next week.
Take it easy, everybody.